The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. Chapter 5. When we feel we've lost our identities, faith can help. Let's imagine for a moment that you're a senior manager at a large, prestigious company, and you love everything about your job, from the respect of your colleagues, to your company car, to the snazzy clothes you can afford. You love every part of your life as a senior manager. In fact, you've been in this role for so long that being a senior manager has become an integral part of your identity. It's one of the key ways you define who you are. But let's say you have an opportunity to go for a big promotion. You could transcend the role of senior manager, maybe even by becoming the CEO. Those perks sound pretty great, but they don't come without substantial risk, because if you don't perform a test flawlessly, you'll lose everything: your car, your job, the respect you've earned, and most of all, your identity. Would you risk it? Do you think it would be worth it? Most people wouldn't, due to what the author calls Manson's law of avoidance, or the tendency to run away from anything that might challenge our sense of identity. And while that might seem wise, it can sometimes be more of a hindrance than a help. For example, amateur artists, authors, and actors often refuse to present their work because they fear rejection. If they've invested their lives and identities in a creative project, only to be told it's not valid, they're terrified that this would destroy their sense of self. So, even though they might find success and positive reinforcement instead, they hesitate to try. Fortunately, however, Manson has a solution for combating the law of avoidance: Buddhism. It helps because Buddhism teaches that our sense of self is an illusion. The labels we use to form our identities, whether they're positive, successful, happy, etc., or negative, ugly, unlucky, and so on, are merely constructs. So, because they aren't real, we shouldn't let them dictate our lives or the expectations we set for ourselves. That's why, as weird as it sounds, it's important to let go of your identity. Now, that doesn't mean that the author is advocating floating aimlessly through life with no sense of direction or purpose. But it does mean that we should release ourselves from the power of harmful labels. For example, if you've always considered yourself to be a career-minded person, this has probably influenced a number of your life decisions. In high school and college, you likely focused on opportunities which were designed to propel you towards professional success. And in adult life, you might tend to prioritize your career over your family and relationships. But when you free yourself from this restrictive self-image, you might find that you can redefine your goals and pursue whatever makes you genuinely happy. Whether that's spending more time with your children or baking cupcakes, you'll be able to let go of constricting expectations and discover a more developed version of yourself.